Today's show,
Eli benched.
McAdoo and Reese bounced.
Eli back?
Is this the beginning of the end of the Eli era?
All this and more right now on The Old Man Show.
Yo.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
So we're here. We're back. First of all, just thank you for the love and support.
Appreciate the shout out to the channel. Thank you, everybody.
Word the fuck up. We're here to talk about Eli.
Eli Manning was recently benched by the New York Giants, breaking a string of 210 consecutive games started with one franchise. That's something to be celebrated.
I don't give a fuck about that shit anymore.
You know, guys like Brett Favre, guys like Peyton Manning, the guys who held the record, those guys had that lasting staying power because they were starters who produced every week.
Every week. But you know what they did? They also did? They won games. So he was benched. They went and the media and the fans cried like babies. They bitched, they moaned. And they got their way. McAdoo got fired just a couple minutes ago. And fucking Reese got fired just a couple minutes ago. And just a couple seconds ago, they announced that he will be again starting for the 2-11 New York Giants.
You know, it makes sense. You don't have a general manager in charge right now to evaluate talent.
I don't have a hat right now. So that's coming through.
You don't have a general manager in charge right now to evaluate talent. You don't have a head coach in place right now to evaluate talent. So you put your best pieces on the field and you hope to get a win. Eli Manning represents the best.
I just want to know a win for what?
That's
what are you playing for?
You're playing for pride at this point.
Pride. You got a franchise that has started Eli through thick and thin. Of course, you got rewarded with 2 rings with that. But let's see, 13 years? Averaging a QBR, in the 80s? Average quarterback. Below average if you count how many times he intercepts the ball. He is horrible. He guarantees you 1 interception a game. He's always guaranteed you an interception a game. All right? His clock management, 13 years, he still can't manage the clock properly. All right? What was that, week 3, week 4? He botched the game because he wasn't watching the time. You're a MVP Super Bowl quarterback.
I'm sorry, what was that? The audio is messed up. One more time?
The least you can do.
I didn't hear
is
that.
Manage the game clock, bro.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Manage the fucking game clock.
Did you say he was a 2-time Super Bowl?
I didn't say 2 times. I just said 1 time. I don't even count the other time because that was a publicity stunt. That was a popularity contest.
Oh.
This first Super Bowl, he did not deserve it.
Right.
Point blank, did not deserve it. Anyone in that defense, you could have picked any one piece of that defense and said, this is the real MVP right here. Any receiver in that fourth quarter, catching those horrible passes, probably would have had a better shot at a realistic MVP award in that game. It was given to him because he's a Manning. All right? He's a quarterback.
Never mind extending the play that led to the eventual win, right?
Yeah, but what about the defense that got them there? Who stopped the unstoppable?
Break the unbreakable. Touch the untouchable.
These motherfuckers wrecked shit. All right? The defense wrecked shit. You can't say that against the Patriots. They will score 70 points on your ass like this. That's the only defense in those 2 years, especially the second one, where they were undefeated, where anyone manhandled that offense. Like they were given 0 credit. None. Why? Because you got a white quarterback getting pride. Sorry, getting the love. The usual. Manning should have been benched last season, if you ask me. I've been saying it. He should have been benched last season. He's horrible. He's horrible. What was his QBR last season? 69.
It can only work with
16. What? He had Odell. He had Sterling Shepard. Bro, what are you talking about?
He had no offensive line, and
He's never really had an offensive line.
They were ranked 32
How
in
many
the league.
teams? Listen,
They were ranked 32nd in the league in rushing.
how many teams
So if
still
you did-
get there with no offensive line? Because you get Geno. I don't want Geno to start.
Well,
Put Chris Webb in then. Put Chris Webb in. I don't know why they didn't put Chris Webb.
Geno Smith, well, obviously, Coach Genius didn't think that he deserved to start.
Yeah, I don't get that shit.
Well, that's why he's fired.
Yeah, McAdoo from the beginning I said was an idiot. Definitely an idiot. One-dimensional offense.
I wouldn't call him an idiot. He just happened to.
He's an idiot. His haircut makes him an idiot. They forced him to gel his hair back.
He gets offense.
He doesn't look like a hick.
That's what he does. He gets offense.
But he was bad at that too. You know what McAdoo's play was? You know what his strategy was? Throw it really high. Hopefully Odell catches it. That was his whole scheme. The moment you take Odell out of that picture, what happened? I was saying that last season. You take Odell out, it's over for the Giants. What happened? Tell me. Odell got hurt.
Well, look, again, going back to this being a team sport, you need an offensive line. You need a running game.
You didn't have an offensive line last year. What was your record last year?
What, 11-5.
11-5.
That's right. Ranked 32. They ranked 32.
You got 2 wins this season. You got 11 wins last season. You had no offensive line either year.
Ranked 32nd in the league in rushing.
Was not Eric Flowers a rookie last year?
So, look, this is, again...
He was worse. He was worse last year. You guys like to blame Eric Flowers, but he was worse last year.
I'm not blaming
Eli
Eric
has been
Flowers.
throwing those fucking... He's been throwing those interceptions for years, but we don't look at it. Because he's the two-time... Fuck his 2 MVP Super Bowls. He got it twice. Wonderful. What the fuck does that have to do with the rest of his career? Nothing. He's been a mediocre quarterback every other year. Sucks. Eli's a fucking retard. And he should have been benched last season.
If the team is ranked better than...
Yeah, I haven't had good rushing yards before McAdoo.
Since the 2 Super Bowl runs.
Since Coughlin.
That was the last time the Giants had...
Reese is the guy that drafted Collins, Odell, Ingram, Shepard, Manningham, who won y'all Super Bowl, Phillips, that helped win y'all Super Bowl, Pugh, JPP, who still plays like this. Plays like this.
And all those players, you named one offensive lineman.
Like this. These are the guys.
Well,
Eric Flowers is MVP. Great. And Pugh, that's 2. Eric Flowers is the MVP. Reese should have been fired. He should have been fired. Andy Reid should be fired. That's a guy that should be fired. Andy Reid is trash. Garbage. He's had his job for how long? You give this guy McAdoo a year and a half, 1 year in which he had 11 wins, and you're fired.
Okay, that year that he had 11 wins, that wasn't his team. That was all Tom's team. That was all Jerry's team. He had very little input, and the team was
What
right
huge
behind.
difference did he have? I mean, he lost some defensive pieces. That was it.
This year, this was all about him changing the camp, him changing the coaching style.
They added some pieces, if anything.
What?
To me, it was just a chemistry thing. The players didn't like the coach. The coach doesn't like the player. That's what it was. Honestly, I don't know who coach Odell. Odell's a fucking fag. He's an idiot. He doesn't want to listen to shit. He wants to be the way he wants to be.
Well,
He belongs on the Cowboys.
There's oh boy, Eli Manning should not have been benched. Coach McAdoo probably would have done better for himself if he would have let him play out the string. Jerry Reese probably would have done better for himself if he would have just let him play out the string. But when you have a reverberation like this big, this deep, that spreads across football, yeah, it's going to be painful and it's going to be heard. And this is the consequences, right? You reap what you sow. And
Eli should have been benched last season.
everybody's going to move
Trade
on.
away.
And the Giants will
Great
be a
to win.
different team next year. And it might be lean. We might be looking at Dave Brown
I think
type
he should have been
years.
hired.
We might be looking at Kessel type years. But,
Coughlin should have been fired.
forced
to retire.
Tommy, great coach, one of the few that has.
Reese shouldn't have been fired.
That,
That's right, I said that shit.
he's the guy that's been putting together these
Fuck that.
these teams
Let
that
the
you
black
have
man
been
keep his
saying.
job, god damn it.
These are the same teams
All
that
they do
you've
is
been
put another
saying.
white guy in there
Fucking
to do
warm.
shit. Andy Reid's gonna go in there and do shit for 10 years. That's all that's gonna happen. Let the black man live.
Andy Reid.
Let the black man live.
Andy Reid can't come to New York because he'd want to be part owner, GM, coach.
That's a lie. Andy Reid can come to New York because he can pretend that he's doing something when he's doing shit like he's been doing. And New Yorkers love that shit. Because Eli has been pretending to do shit when he's been doing nothing. Alright? New Yorkers love that shit. They love getting hyped about nothing.